Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Hello all, and welcome to Soul Ties Talk on 7 Mile Radio. This is your girl Chris. I am the host tonight because my other two of the other co-hosts are not with us tonight. Ray and Shawnee. Shout out to y'all. We have on our show tonight, back with us, Atila.
Hey.
And then Miss Cassie.
Hey everybody, salutation.
So today our topic is real womanhood in danger? So we are talking about the controversial situation with Jess Hilarious and the transgender. I don't know her name, but we want to touch on how all of a sudden we are a threat to transgender people.
Let's explain the situation for those who may not know about it.
Okay. Sorry, y'all, but people who don't know about the situation, there was a transgender that came out and said that
cis women.
Yes, cis women. I don't know where that came from.
It's not,
cis women don't
Blessed
own,
Rose is who the person is.
Blessed Rose.
It said
Okay.
that cis women don't own the title womanhood. And Jess Hilarious came back
Or
and said,
periods.
Or periods.
Mm-hmm.
And said that yes we do, because we don't have to do anything to get those things. That comes naturally for us. Now, I do get the point of the trans woman where she said we don't own periods, because there are trans men who still have periods.
But that is a trans men who are naturally born women. So that doesn't, they can't equate that. Like,
yeah, man,
that doesn't make any sense to me, because that's still a woman at birth. So biologically, they are gonna have periods because that's how their body is set
made.
Up, right? Because they were born a woman. Now, because they have moved on and decided that, or however they were born that way, or decided they wanted to do that. No disrespect on how I'm trying to explain it, but you were still a woman, and you're gonna still have periods because you still have the bodily functions,
right,
of a woman that has periods. So I don't understand how they would equate that and be like, oh, well, a man, he's a man and he has periods. Well, he was once
a woman.
He
was born a woman.
Yeah.
Female.
He's a woman that transitioned into a man.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was once born female.
That's their argument. The trans community, that's their argument, that we don't own the title womanhood because we aren't the only group of people that have periods. So they're separating it. It's more of like a social thing. They're not taking it back to the basics, male or female. They're coming up with all these new terms and classifications.
What they're doing is not respecting what people are actually born as. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're not respecting what people are actually born as and treating what they identify as it's their natural gender.
Right.
And it's not.
Okay, well, we have Damone commenting saying trans women should stay in their lane. Yeah. You are not born a woman. You transitioned into one. And that doesn't give you all the physiological functions of a woman. I am a gay woman, stud, not trans, and think this shit is going too far.
Oh.
So, yes.
And that's what I was saying before the show started. I am an advocate for the community, LGBTQ community. But I do think that it has gone too far. You were not a woman. And we do own womanhood because all the things that come with womanhood, a lot of us don't even want the period.
No, because do you know women, it's some women who deal with endometriosis. It's some women who deal with fibroids. Like, periods are painful to them.
Yes.
They can't even have kids because of their periods are off. Like, it's women who really are dealing with hard periods. And for you to come and be like, oh, I'm doing this and that, and You're not the only one
and then
who
you
can
feel
have
like
this
you
because I
want
can bleed
equal
too.
rights, or
Yeah,
you
and
want
that's
even
that's
more
not-
rights.
That's like a slap in my
It
face.
definitely
because
is.
I
And
am,
it's disrespectful
I am
as
going
hell.
through this that I didn't ask for.
Right.
But you're sitting and telling me that because you transition, you're more of a woman than I. Like,
And then they go
Or
off
even
looks.
as much
Yeah.
as of a woman. Don't even
And
say
then they go
more.
off looks, and the way they attack Jess Hilarious online, oh, they dogged her. They're like, oh, you look
Called
like
her
a
a
trans.
monkey,
Yeah, you
called
look
her a
like
man.
So
they're-
see, and it's like now because you're not it is wrong. But if she was really a trans, you would be holding her up on a pedestal.
Right.
They don't
Right.
want equal rights. They want special treatment. That is so true.
Right.
That is so true. Like, no one can say anything. No one can do anything. And all of a sudden,
we can't
we
have
are
an
the worst
opinion. We
people.
can't
Yeah.
we can't truly speak how we feel about it without being transphobic.
offensive,
Yeah,
you know.
it's like,
This is how
no,
men,
but
like,
meanwhile-
we've been feeling the whole time about this whole situation. We can't say nothing. We homophobic, right? We gay ourselves because
Right.
we get, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or why you speaking on another man or
Yeah.
another this or that? You must be gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the thing too. Like, I'm just not understanding the whole.
You weaponize
Comparison.
being gay to the straight people and demonize us as if we like and use it as a weapon to disrespect us. But you are it,
Yeah.
and you want to be praised for it. You want to,
And
special
just
privileges
hilarious,
and
like,
benefits
yes,
about it.
Yes, we are the gatekeepers of it. Yes,
Yes.
we do.
Absolutely are.
You know,
Yes. We
And-
are the only ones that can bring life into this world.
we are.
Naturally.
And by
There's
that
not
way-
much that we have to do to get pregnant. One action. That's it. That's all it takes for us to have these babies.
They gotta go have a whole system installed.
Yeah, like no, I was
that
born
is
with
And
that.
they're doing it nowadays. It's the crazy
It
part. You know what
is.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
And that's
are
the reason why so
creating
many
uterus.
of y'all, that's why so many of you all, black women, natural black women, are missing, coming up killed, right? Organ harvested.
Yeah, heard about
they-
that
and
too.
they- and they-
See,
and they-
that
and
is
they-
I heard
a
about
thing,
that
Yes,
too.
yes. And they put your
'Cause you-
uteruses in the trans women. You know, that's how they've been, studying. They've been studying that for a while, and they can do it now.
So Miss
Wow.
Cassie, I see you breaking down the terminology of what are we
Well,
talking about? What you got
Cis
for us?
women.
Right now, I'm still looking at it because it take a little bit. It's it's a science. The fact that she called her what I come up with, the fact that I broke down cis, which I didn't understand. It looked like CIS, and that's what it is. It's undercover. That's what they're trying to say. Undercover. We're not really women, and they're trying to change of heart because cis is a change of heart. They want us to have a change of heart on how we accept them. They want to be our
They've
equals.
been accepted enough, a little
They
bit too
have
much,
been
if you ask
accepted.
me.
We have welcomed them with open arms.
Well, I'm giving you the terminology, the meaning.
Right,
And
right,
it's
right,
getting
right,
like
right.
single white
Square.
female. Like, you
And-
would welcome them and they want to like take over and
Yeah.
eliminate you from everything.
Yeah,
Like, we both can coexist.
and it's okay.
And it's okay. You don't have to compare us to one another.
We don't have to compete. For one, you can't compete where you don't compare. That's
Yeah.
first. That's first. You really cannot
So there
compare
should
to
be
me
no
what
comparison
you want.
on us.
Yeah, what you want, I already got, and I
Well,
ain't got to do nothing.
trans
to
is
get
a
it.
seven
And
of
another thing
spades,
is,
and
when women speak on it, it's like, why you mad, sis? I'm not mad.
Wow.
I'm just expressing how I feel on the situation,
Right.
and I feel very strongly about that, just like you feel how. But we are
I don't
represented
understand
as
how
being bitter or
I don't
upset or we're jealous or something. They said that gay men and trans men were the founders of fashion and how to pose and how to do pictures
The
and
Vogue and all
the
that.
Vogue. And I said, no, you're not. You're the ones who glorified it and made it bigger. But we have women who have posed in Vogue and done all this
wearing
extravagant
gay men clothes.
colors and clothes.
Wearing gay men clothes, so you can't
Yes.
exclude them.
You-
You can't say that it
Well,
had to be a partnership between woman and man in order for it to be as big as it
gay is one thing and
is.
trans is another
Well,
thing.
okay, well that's the reason why I didn't want to be a part of this topic. There's no bullshit because now I gotta be see now and I'm very
And that's
passionate
the topic,
about.
though. That's the thing of the world is we all have to talk like that. We have to
See
say
how we all
this.
gotta walk on
Censor,
eggshells.
yeah,
We
no,
have to
say
live,
this.
but that's the way it
ain't
is, though.
that. This is the thing, though. For me, I only speak for me. It's how I see it. That is my mantra. How I see it. Period. I even got a glyph for it. The thing is, they're trying to change our heart by calling us sis. A trans is a 7 of spades, which is a bridge. So they're trying to bridge it all together. And then when I looked at her Blessing Rose, which I don't know, this is a younger person, so Jess is an older person. They're in 2 different times of life. This person looks like they're still in their Venus. They don't look older than 26 to me.
Jess
Jess
is 30. She
Jess
my
is
age.
31, but by the time you go through different phases. She
Is her age?
she's 31. She's
No, the
31.
other
When her
girl.
birthday?
I don't know the other person.
Jess Solaris born in. Oh yeah.
Jess Hilaire's birthday, she's 213. So she is
Yeah.
a passionate. She's the queen of diamonds. She's 31, so she's a Uranus. She'll take the leap and say whatever she got to say right now. She'll be a fool for this. So that's the reason why it's going to get bigger. Well, Blessing Rose, when you look at the composite of her name, it is, and she's trying to change things too. It's the Ace of Spades. So she's gonna say something big and bold to make the whole world react. She played a bunch of cards with that statement, because when you look on TikTok, it's womanhood and manhood belongs to everybody. So they're trying to trans women are trying to bridge, but they are also trying to play on our hearts and our emotion, because 5 of hearts.
And it does. It definitely does.
And the reason why I can understand this is the reason why I say I'll be a part of the thing, because I'm the Jack of Clubs. The Jack of Clubs crown is the 5 of hearts. So that's already
That's
on
why
my
they use
on my
women to
head.
usher this whole movement in, because they can
Because-
play on their hearts and
Yeah,
Well,
emotions.
because
Definitely
think about it.
playing on
When
our
you got little
emotions.
boys that can't do what they do most of the time, and then grandma kept coming up. Grandmother, this guy nurturing Rose, his grandmother nurtured this in him, and this is all. The name is almost like an honor to her. Is what I'm getting as far as looking at the numbers. But they're trying to bridge hard. This has been going on forever. It's a spade. This is nothing new. It's just that they're naming it different things and bringing it to our visual, and it's more bold now. But this is nothing new, because I went back to biblical time and said these are eunuchs reincarnated as far as I'm concerned. That's what it feels like to me, because they castrated those men, and these women are doing self-castration. So
That's another thing that we touched on before, about it being a mental illness for a man to cut off his perfectly healthy penis and want.
Nobody talks about the rate of suicide amongst trans
Yep.
community, right?
A lot of them do
and the
regret the
reason
decision.
and the reason why that number is so high, right? Because the ones that do make that decision end up regretting it so much that they can't live with it.
Yeah. And then you can't reverse that
And
procedure.
you can't, yeah.
They need psych evaluations and stuff before they undergo that procedure. It's a major surgery. But there has to be some type of mental illness involved for you to cut off a perfectly healthy body part because of how you feel inside.
You made an analogy earlier on before the show about someone going into the doctor and just telling them that they identify as per se handicapped, right? And I want you to remove my leg so that I can operate as
Yep.
handicapped.
It was a
What would they do in that situation?
They're gonna send you to a psychiatrist, get you admitted, because you want to cut off a perfectly healthy body part because you feel like, I feel like my leg is infected and it needs to come off. So like, no, that's a mental illness, because it's perfectly healthy. You don't need to cut it off. There's no need. It's not cancerous. It doesn't have ulcers or anything. It's a healthy leg, and you want to cut it off. It's the same thing when men go in there, or when women chop off their perfectly healthy breast. You don't have breast cancer. You're giving yourself a double mastectomy because of how you feel. That
It's an
is some
emotional thing,
type
you know.
of mental illness involved.
Yeah, for you to
in
wake
that.
up every day and lie to yourself. I said
Someone
this just
said.
yesterday. Lie to yourself about what you actually are in your body. You know what I'm saying? The body that you have. You look in the mirror and tell yourself that you are something completely other than what you are. And then you go out in the world and expect the world to respect that and honor that.
When they don't see what you, yeah.
That I mean, come on, man. That's like I wake up and people hate when I use this analogy or this comparison. When I shift it to animals, right? If I wake up and say, "Oh, I identify as a bear," and then I start living my life and acting like a, you know what I'm saying?
Well, right now
or better like
they're
the kids.
actually acknowledging that.
The kids, right? If my son, you know, when he was 4 years old, he liked to watch Paw Patrol, right? If he wake up and say he identifies as a puppy, is it my
Chase.
job to cultivate that and walk him around the neighborhood on the leash and feed him out of a dog bowl and treat him like he's the puppy that I identify as? But in other situations, I would be wrong for not cultivating that as opposed to teaching my son what he actually is and
They're actually
raising him
pushing
that
that
way.
in the schools too. They have kids who identify as pets, and they have
I was just trying to make a kid.
they have that. I heard from a school teacher. He
My
teaches,
bottle.
I think in Macomb, and the elementary school out there. They have little kids who identify as dogs and cats. They have litter boxes set up in the bathrooms.
In Macomb County?
See, that's
The city,
That's
That
a bit
is-
much.
That is sick.
That's a bit much.
That is sick.
And the teachers have to deal with it. And most of them are like, this is insane. Why are we upholding this?
Who made that a thing that has to be upheld?
I don't know. The school district, because you can't discriminate. You have to acknowledge how these kids feel. So
Damon out here dropping
these
bombs.
kids, if these kids go to school and say, "I feel like I'm a cat," you gotta respect how they feel about that. You have to
I
respect
feel like
how
I'm a cat,
Meow.
and I can prove that I am.
The reason
CAT
the
is a jack of clubs. I'm a jack of clubs.
LGBT
we gotta
community
respect
will
nowadays.
continue to be discriminated against is because they just won't live their lives without expecting everyone to live it with them.
Yeah, I have no problem with people living, doing whatever they want to do, right?
Right.
I'm pro, go do what the
Exactly.
fuck you want to do. But when you cross over into my life and then you make me have to, acknowledge you as it, or I can be, penalized, you know what I'm saying, because I'm discriminating against
That's
you.
it. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, type shit.
We have an issue.
You know,
It
I
wasn't-
probably shouldn't even talk about this, but fuck it, right? It was somebody that was over here of that community, right, before, and, there was a guest on the show. And at the end of the show, they how everybody was leaving, and everybody, giving handshakes and fires and all of that type of shit. So, when this person got to me, I extended my hand like, you know what I'm saying, all right, bro. And this motherfucker went like, you know what I'm saying, wanted to hug. I'm like, I'm not about to hug you.
I'm not
Right,
a hugger, so
you're
not.
I'm not about to hug you and treat you and acknowledge you like you're a fucking female and you're not. Okay, I can't. That's why it's hard for me to kind of be around some of those people, because it's like they want to put you in a situation where you're forced to treat them and act like what they identify
and they
as.
make you uncomfortable.
Because I'm not gonna sit up here and talk to a man like he's a woman and treat you like that and call you, oh, she. No, you're not a she to me. I'd rather not even talk. The fuck. And imagine that the position that put me in right here in the studio and shit, like.
Right? Yeah.
So now you view it
It's
as
a conflict because
Yeah.
you're uncomfortable, but now they feel disrespected because you're not acknowledging their pronouns.
but they're not respecting your uncomfortability about the situation.
That part.
It's a push on you.
I gotta
it's a
respect
force
you,
on
but you ain't gotta respect me.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the conflict.
It's not a mutual respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
So we got the call in line
everyone
jumping.
is not us people calling.
What's going on, caller? Who is this and where you calling from? I put the number up there, so. Caller, who this?
Hello.
I don't know if they can hear or not, but let's try to restart that joint. Call back, caller. Let's see if we can get the phone lines. I don't know.
It wasn't an overnight decision for them. It won't be an overnight understanding for the world.
It won't.
Trans people need to realize it was their decision to transition and have to give people grace and patience to transition with them.
Because they come on a little strong sometimes.
Homosexuality used to be diagnosed as a mental illness. It's similar to body dysmorphia disorder.
That's what I was talking about earlier, Marco. In the
Body
document,
dysmorphia.
One can be
documentary
skeletal
that I
and see
watched.
themselves as obese.
Have y'all heard of
Like Tammy Roman.
there's a
Ooh, child, she spoke on that too. That's what I thought she was really sick, but she does that to herself.
She got body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
She
And she
said
didn't have
look
it
at
since-
caller?
herself
Can you hear me, caller?
She used to put
Oh, there goes somebody. I hear
Hold
her.
on.
wired her mouth shut
Caller.
when she was on
Hey,
the real.
Hey, what's going on, D Mac? What's happening?
Nothing. I love.
Hey, D Mac, no
Your
no
phone
no
break-
no
phone
Bluetooth,
breaking
no
up.
Bluetooth or speakerphone when you call the show, D Mac. Talk straight into your phone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're perfect now.
Okay. I had it on speaker. My bad. I ain't used to calling in.
Yep.
But I wanted to talk about this. So I had a little talk show where I had some trans people come on, and we were talking, and I kept making a mistake, right? Because one of them I grew up in church with, and she had on the ruffled dresses and ruffled socks and shit. And so I kept making a mistake because that's how I remembered her, right? And so I kept referring to him as her, but he had a whole beard and everything cut off and all this type of stuff. So I kept making a mistake, and I kept having to ask him to excuse me because I didn't go through the whole process of your transition. I'm now just faced with having to deal with your transition. Now look at you differently than how I've always looked at you. And that, for me, was not an overnight experience. I'm not going to just see you the way you see you. I'm going to see
That
you the
part.
way I saw you, and I have to transition into this new you. And so they need to allow people grace and patience to even be able to acknowledge this new person. I was watching a episode of Dr. Phil, and there was a guy on there whose son was gay, and he just he slips up and call him by his given son name every now and then because that's what he was accustomed to for years.
Right.
And the son was so offended by that and just
Man.
call me by Jezebel, whatever the name was. And the dad was like, well, I try to, but every now and then, I might slip up. And I just feel like if people could give people grace and patience to try to understand and transition with them, the word is transition. They took years to transition, but they want you to immediately transition.
And then I be damn right. You're offended, right? How about what if like, in the situation of the parent, right? What if I'm offended that you're living that way? I'm wrong, right?
Yeah, you
Am
are.
I see?
You are.
But see,
Because they live their life. You just a parent. You raise them on how you raise them.
listen. Wait. You're offended because I keep
Oh
making
yeah,
a fucking
no, because I
mistake.
keep making a mistake. Yeah, I thought
I'm
you was talking
offended,
about because you mad
so
about
let's
that whole.
contrast. Maybe I'm offended about this whole situation. But I'm wrong about it. I'm more wrong. Man, that shit don't make no sense, dog.
Because
They
the
just need
dad
to
is
allow
more
people to have
so.
whatever feelings they have. If your
Yeah.
feelings are what they are, respect my feelings just the same way you want me to.
Basically, is what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
It should be
We
a
might
mutual
not
respect.
agree. I may never come into a full understanding of your transition, right?
Right.
You
We
right.
may
And you
never
have
agree,
to respect
but we
that.
can
Okay, you
agree
right.
See what I'm
to
saying?
You right.
disagree
Okay.
and
I
be
just gotta
respectful
accept that
about
shit,
it.
or I'm wrong. Fuck that.
And when it comes to the acceptance of it, they want you to. It's like radical acceptance. Like they want you to do it, or
Or
like they
else,
come off too strong.
or
Yeah,
then support it
comes
and push
off
it and
so
be a
strong.
cheerleader of
You
it.
the devil. You the devil.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
accept me. F you. You don't accept me. No,
Yeah.
I don't know how to accept you. I'm still trying to understand this. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Or I'm still
Somebody
trying
got
to-
mad at
I
me and
can
got offended because I
respect you.
said that I wouldn't want my son to grow up to be gay when he grew up. Somebody got mad at me and said that I'm wrong for that.
Yeah, you can't really help how
You're
your
not
kids
wrong
turn
for
out.
having a hope.
But that's
and
the
an
same. It's the
expectation.
same conversation that we having right now. Like, why can't I be offended? You know what I mean? You're
Okay,
offended
why would you be offended
Right.
for a decision that your child
because
made?
that's not a natural way to be. It's not natural to me. I don't understand it, and it's not natural. You're not gonna make
But
me
then this
understand.
might not be natural to him, and that's the reason why they're like
He's
that.
he's a boy.
That don't make you like
Well,
me.
I would see.
I mean, I'm just saying. You tell me I'm a boy, but I got this thing trapped
Mark like
inside
me,
of me
macho.
that
ain't shit that nobody gonna say to make me think otherwise.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And that's your prerogative.
That is
my
your
point.
right.
But whatever it is, whether it be that or something else, right?
Okay.
And a lot of times, men are just wrong for having whatever the fuck opinion. It's gonna be people. Somebody gonna find some kind of angle where it's wrong. Just like how you said earlier, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say shit about it because no matter what, I'm wrong. If I fanfare it, I'm gonna be wrong by, or if I shun against it, you know what I mean?
You right.
But you know, some
damn if you
parents
do, damn if you don't.
I'm sorry. Go
Some
ahead.
parents really don't want their kids to be gay, not just because of the reason that Mark stated, but because they know. Like, I'm a gay woman. I have a adopted son. I really don't want him to grow up to be a gay male.
That's not the first time I heard that.
But if a woman says it, it's
Hold
okay.
on, let her finish.
Go ahead.
You about to go through hell as a black gay male.
See, that
in
part.
terms of society and the discrimination and all the stuff that you're going to come up against. So sometimes it's not just about, I don't want you to be gay because it's wrong. I don't want you to be gay because I don't want you to have to go through all the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I have a gay friend and she has a daughter and she said the same thing. Like, I don't want her to be gay because of what I went through as a gay woman.
Right.
That's not the first time I heard that. And I can't
that's
imagine.
on top of what I just said, like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got
I
a
look forward to
question.
having grandkids. Goddamn.
Can I ask
They
a
can have
question?
No, see, don't give me that adoption, artificial insemination ass shit. I don't want to hear that.
Because that's how you had to roll up at this.
I'm about to sign out, y'all. Nice
All right,
talking.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
calling.
Okay. Do you, just because I do what I do you pray that your son don't be gay?
No.
Because
I
I've
don't pray-
heard
I don't-
people say that. Oh, I pray to God
I
that
don't-
my kids don't be
See,
gay.
I'm not no religious person, so
never-
that's not something that I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna.
I just wonder because I've heard
One, I'm
people
not even about
say
to bother
it.
God with that.
No,
Yeah.
my question to them seemed like that's a wasted prayer because people have free will to do what they want
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
So you praying away their will and they're praying
It's no
to
different.
have
It's
their
no
will.
different than I would want my and I use this comparison as well, right? Like when people say that, oh, you're a homophobe. I say, okay, so am I a thievophobe? Because I don't like thieves around me either. Am I a crackophobe and shit? I don't want to hang with crackheads. And that's the same thing. And then people, that's not the same. Now you're trying to say gay people and crackheads and say, no, I put them in the category of people who I don't understand the shit that they do.
Right.
And that I don't want to put myself, like, these are a circle of people that I don't want to be around.
Homophobe and
sexuality
transphobe
of
is
it.
so
And I don't want my son to be a
misused.
crackhead. I don't
Right.
want my son to be a thief. I don't want my son to be anything that I don't want him to be for the reason that I don't want him to be them. But does that make me a phobe or of all of these other things? Right. Why am I attacked for this specific thing that I don't want my son to be? Because I feel like it's negative.
I feel like that term is overused and misused.
Yeah, it is.
Because
And it's weaponized, right?
It is the phobe. And to my understanding, I thought phobe like that.
You
that,
mean
that
fear of,
That's
right?
what I thought.
And unless God
But
is
when you
gay, I
look
have
it
no
up-
reason to be fear.
But when you look it up, it's not. It doesn't have fear in the definition. A homophobe is somebody who like dislikes. But I thought phobe meant a phobia.
There was
it
a movie
fear.
back in the day called Arachnophobia.
It's a fear of spiders.
Fear of spiders,
Right.
right? That's all the movie was about. Any kind of phobia is a fear of. Like some people have a phobia like holes in something. You know what I'm saying? I think trichophobia.
Yeah, I don't
you
like
see what
that.
I'm saying? See, it
But-
does something to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's
it
the
made my
thing. Like,
skin
no,
crawl
it's not a
even thinking
phobia
about
unless,
it.
like I said, unless God is gay. I have no reason to fear. I don't fear nothing but God.
Right.
So I have no homophobia.
Yeah, I think the term is definitely
Well,
overused.
being gay is a choice for some, like me, and for some others, it's biological connection in terms of chromosomes and genes. So for some, I do believe some are born that way.
That's the first time I've heard a gay person admit that being gay is a choice.
That's the first
because
time. Well, I ain't gonna
usually
say
the
first time,
argument
but-
is we didn't choose this life. That's actually the first time I've heard that.
Okay, so
But
what
see,
I saw is
D-Mac
you
is a
didn't
very
choose the
honest
life.
person, though,
You didn't choose to be
and thorough person.
gay, but you made the choice to be openly, right?
No, that's not what they said.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
Because if you like what you like, right? But then you make a choice if you're gonna be open or not with it, right? So that's the choice. I don't think what you like is a choice. I really don't.
And I think some people-
I couldn't like women right
Me
now in this
either.
life. In another life, I probably was if ever I was a man, I was a gay man because I still like men in this life.
yep.
That's just what I'm saying.
I couldn't choose to like women. That's
It's
just
not what I do.
thing.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it's not my thing.
Can't even imagine it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just feel like this is the energy that I carry, and I think I would just like men no matter what I was.
Yeah.
If I come
I
back
think
as
some
a
people
man,
make
I
the
think
choice,
I'm gonna be.
but they just use the excuse of I was born this way just to like going along to get along, so they don't have to, explain why they made the choice. And then some people, I feel like it's just, they just sexual addicts, right? And there are people,
just do
and they
anybody.
just do anybody, like, and a lot of them are
Ain't they called pansexuals?
Pansexuals.
You know what I'm saying? But some of them that I see are just like, I don't know. And I guess I got my taste. It's like, who would do you anyway? So you just will do anybody and shit. So that's why you like that. Because nobody's attracted to you to the point where you just want to fuck you'll fuck anything that'll fuck you.
I don't think that's what a pansexual is.
I know. I didn't say that's what a pansexual is. I say I look at some of them people in that community like, oh, well, damn.
The
That's why
views
you
of
gay.
Mark are not the views of Cassandra.
Okay,
Right.
right.
Yeah,
I
like I said, I'm
just
a
a service
and again,
He's like, you just
men
like-
are not allowed to have an opinion about
No,
shit.
you are allowed to.
you
And we're
are.
crucified.
You
for this.
have-
No, I ain't saying in this,
No.
but it's somebody out there that's mad as fuck
No,
about what I'm saying.
men are allowed to
Yeah.
have opinions on a larger arena than women are. Women didn't have an opinion, and this is the reason why the Queen of Diamonds, Just Hilarious, was offended for them calling her sis, because that's a 5 of hearts. That is her card, so she want a voice. That's disrespectful.
With
Ping
with
the
the term,
term
with that term, where did it
sis.
come from?
Why do they get to put a damn on
And
y'all?
we didn't
And y'all,
agree
and
to
listen,
that.
and again, y'all, if y'all don't accept it, you're wrong.
No, because
That's my
that's
point.
that's like a real new term. Like
But
within the last couple
has to be-
years.
it
It's
has
like
to
see,
be
because y'all got a
examined.
prefix. Since
Like
they got a
last year.
prefix, since they're trans women, they got to add a prefix to y'all to make y'all cis,
Cis
women.
women.
Well,
Yeah.
what it is I feel like they're spilling over their verbiage into our everyday verbiage because
No,
they
and-
have
and
a
now-
whole
and now we're
culture.
forced to-
And now we're forced to use these pronouns because if not, we're breaking the law in some cases.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So now I'm wrong and I get fucking penalized and shit
I actually
because
had
I
to
don't honor
Google.
you as you. As,
I had to Google
Yes.
what cisgender. I mean, what cis woman meant because I was on Twitter and they was like, "Yeah,
No laws
it's
on
cis
that.
women, cis women." I'm like, "What the fuck is a cis woman?" And then I Google. I'm like, "Oh, that's me."
Yeah.
I didn't even know that that's
Cis.
what y'all call me.
It identifies.
Did they get it
matches
from, the fact
it
that,
say it's-
we always be like, what's up, sis?
Cis.
But
That's
they,
where I thought it
Reason
came
why-
from.
but
this is part of
they
the
say
reason why.
what's up.
That's where I
sis.
thought it came from. But,
They start calling us sis because they wanted to be our sisters.
But before that,
because they
you
want to
No.
be because they want to be accepted.
No, when was before that? Because remember, how old are you?
39.
I'm 56 years old. It was before that. They was calling each other sis. They call you sis because she was your good girlfriend. You know all of that. So now you my sister. Well, now moving up to 23, it's a people whose gender identifies matches their sexual assignment. So it's just what it is. Everybody got an acronym now.
That's crazy.
And you don't have to get it. The thing is, we're getting offended and we're wasting energy because
No, I'm not.
no, I'm talking about as a whole.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying- I
we
just
don't have
wanna
to acknowledge
Society,
them.
society,
Yeah, we don't have to acknowledge that they call us sis because we don't have to answer. If we
Right.
answer,
Then you're
then
acknowledging
it's a
it.
problem.
Right.
Because when
I
you
just,
look it
like,
up,
I'm
that's
so
what it
confused,
means.
like,
It
what-
do. It means we line up with
Further
our
confusion.
gender.
Yeah.
They're further confusing. They're like, and who is not the author of confusion? Again, I'm not no biblical dude.
Me
but
either.
again, like who wants to add things
me-
that'll further confuse?
To me, man
Everything.
is the
Author of
orchestrator.
confusion.
Yeah, to me,
Yeah.
man is.
Yeah.
To me,
Definitely.
man is.
Exactly.
To me, man.
Well,
That's
when I was
another
when I was
And I
pointing
don't
to the
mean-
scripture that
I
said
don't
God
mean-
is not author of
I don't
confusion,
mean
saying that God didn't
man
create
as
this shit.
in a gender. I mean
Man, period, man.
human.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
One man,
mankind.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mankind.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
I got
believe.
you. I got you.
Definitely, because this is
Confusion for
confusing.
sure.
But if you look at it like that, I
Confucius.
don't. Okay, okay. It's only when you bring it to me personally and you say
Even
something
in the
and I
straight
say
world, you
something.
still have confusion going on with men and women.
Is
So,
it
like you
what?
said,
Is
it's
it a
just
straight
man,
world?
It's
though?
just man.
Is
Period.
it a straight world?
Well, what she's saying is, in among straight people, you still have confusion
You
in
still got-
relationships.
But what I'm saying is
You
it
be
a
confused
straight
as
world
fuck.
because you
It
be
can't. No,
thinking
absolutely not.
you be
There's too
thinking
much of
this
this shit
person
going
you
on.
with is straight, and then you come find out they're not.
Well,
so
see,
they're
so-
all collided anyway. It's like
They've been
it's like a book.
Well, I guess what the question was amongst alleged heterosexual relationships. Then saying like that amongst ones that appear to be hetero, a man and a woman, it's still
Right.
confusion still there.
Definitely.
That's all that's the
Confusion.
point. of
That's
saying.
the
It's
topic of most
confusion
podcasts
in
nowadays.
relationship.
Yeah, that. Yeah, period. Yeah.
Yeah, it's confusion,
It's confusion
in relationship.
in
Any
every
relationship.
aspect of everything.
Any relationship.
Yeah,
There's
so
gonna
that's
be
why I
some
agree with you when you
confusion.
said man being
Yeah,
man,
with it being
mankind.
man.
Yeah.
And that's all I was
'Cause-
saying. You know what I mean?
Because gay, straight, whatever you will be, there's confusion. Like you said, you would think you with a person that whole time they deceiving you.
Yep, looking up gay porn and stuff.
Dang.
Twinks and stuff like
She
that.
said twinks. What the fuck is twinks?
Gay porn.
Oh. I don't know what the fuck twinks is.
Do you know?
So I do understand from this
Because
conversation.
I have a lot of friends. Half of my friends are in the community. A lot of my
Now
friends.
she's explaining how I'm talking shit.
No, I'm serious. That's how I be knowing the terminology and stuff. I didn't know about
don't
cisgender
know.
though. But a lot of my friends are in the community, and I'm not gonna stop being friends with my friends. Most of them I've been
Right.
friends with since high school. Because you like women now, I'm not gonna stop being your friend. That's your decision. That's not mine. But I
Yeah,
love
and
you.
then all
Why
I
is
do
somebody's
and-
sexual orientation a conversation though for me?
forgot.
I mean, why I care what you like?
That's why.
That's what- yeah,
that's
I
what
don't-
I'm
I don't
saying.
care.
That's
We
why
don't.
I would
We don't.
never
I
disown any of my friends because
The
of what
thing
they
is,
do.
don't
That's the thing.
don't come on here bashing us. You know, it's no. You do what you do.
Yeah.
You live your life. Do whatever you do. Transition however you feel that makes you happy in your heart. Do all of that, but just don't come on there bringing us up when we ain't even.
Yeah, y'all coming for us and we didn't even. We
And
ain't
yeah,
sit for you.
you
Like,
coming for the
it's
whole
so
situation.
unprovoked.
If I extend my hand for a
It's
handshake,
very
I'll be
unprovoked.
reaching for my waist like for a
Everybody
fucking hug
got
and
a
shit.
natural enemy, just like to me, our
Why
natural.
why
en-
they
Wait, let me
gotta be
just-
our natural
let me
enemy
just
though?
say-
That's
Let me
checked
just
up.
say. Let me just get out.
Let her feel.
Just like to me, colors, we have a natural enemy. The white man is our natural enemy. Now, see, I speak on that because that's how it's set up. I ain't saying we gotta be enemies, but we gotta know how to maneuver. It's almost like they're trying to make us be their enemy, and that's why I don't entertain it. I can't entertain it because they gonna still have stuff to say. Cause they won't. I watched it as a kid how they would. Before I can't say what they would say, but they would say stuff that make you think that's how you really feel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because we are the keepers of the VJ. We just are.
Like what?
We just are.
Yeah.
And for
And
you to
that's
say
just
not
that.
is further confirming the
We
mental
just
illness.
are. It can be an illusion, but it is confusion.
You know it.
It's an illusion. It's
Of
a
confusion.
mirage.
An illusion of confusion.
And I felt like
Right.
everybody should stay on their square. That's why I love these grand solar squares. And you can be what you are, but just
Be
stay
what
on
you
your
are.
square and don't make.
And
we
don't
gon'
wake
all
up one
inter-
day and
we
just
gon'
get on
all
there like,
interact.
yeah, forget y'all. Like you woke up.
But you can't forget us because the only way you got here is through us.
Mm-hmm.
The only way anybody can get here is through the diamond in the rough. The rough part is called hair. It's a bush. Come on.
Drop another bomb, Mark.
That's the only way.
Drop out.
That's the only way. Even a transsexual woman a transsexual man can't push nothing out that thing she get made up. She can't. She still gotta have a C-section now because they closed her up. I mean, let's just be honest with the conversation.
Oh yeah.
And everybody knows this. So they just trying to distract us with all this other little stuff. Cause they doing something behind the background.
Like them aliens
Like-
that they discovered.
Well, they've been here too.
Then people mad.
been
They
here.
said, "Oh, everybody's not up in the uproar."
We been knew about aliens.
So now we got to get up in the uproar
It's
because
no-
now they just not. They want to. They want
Right
to
now
tell
they
us
want to acknowledge like
It's
some
no
stuff
different
like
we
they've
been
been
doing.
telling us forever.
We've been knowing
I saw
about the
Independence Day.
boogeyman. Think about who
They
the
was there.
boogeyman is. Do y'all know who the boogeyman is?
Do you
I
know
don't
the
know.
Muffin Man?
The boogie.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who the
Man.
boogeyman is. The boogeyman is your ancestors because they
Oh.
disconnected you from them. So when you see something in the corner that's a shadow, instead of me been told you, oh, that's grandma, don't pay no attention. She like to sit in that corner. Now you
Ain't no
scared of your
lady.
own ancestors that are here to assist us. So do you see how they confused it?
Yeah.
Because now you
Now
see
you
something,
scared,
but if
yeah.
you nurture it, ooh, you go and tell the story. I woke up
sometimes,
last
right?
night and peg leg Uncle Bob was
How
in the
many
corner.
times? How many times? You know how you can.
You know you gotta show you that pig.
walk into a room, and if a TV is on, you don't have to see the TV. You can feel the
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
And you know how the same energy is if you walk into a room and there's people there.
Yeah.
Right? And you can feel the energy of the people
Yeah,
there.
you
Right?
have
Yeah.
a presence.
So think about the kids, right? When they say, "It's somebody under my bed. It's something in my closet."
It is.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling. They feeling that spirit. They feeling a presence there.
Yes. It is a
But
presence.
and so
It's
that's why
energy.
what you said it made sense to me and it made me think about that.
Yeah, it is. That just like, okay, can I just bring this part up? Just like when I said somebody coming in. What it taught me is where I sit, we could be talking about anything, but it's almost like I'm a receptionist between heaven and earth. And now all of a somebody coming in. That's how I felt, like somebody coming in. So you know that we are intertwining with spirits and all of this, and they're trying to distract us from that because that's a part of the awakening. When you start paying attention to the spirits, you can be more awake.
That's the reason why I don't really subscribe to Christianity.
Right.
I'm more because I know that derived from African spirituality and what we're what you do and what we're talking about as far as being connected to the universe and all of that is really what that is. You know what I'm saying? Being connected to our ancestors and all that's what it is. And again, what you just said makes sense. It's like that's what that we're getting as we get more into that. They're trying to distract.
They're
us
trying
with
to
more
distract us with calling us sis. Okay, so what you do is, I always felt like sis, that's CIS. And what would we say CIS? We got to give it a name where we will accept it because they're not going to stop calling us that. So it's just like being fat. Instead of being PFAT, we changed it to PHAT.
Pretty
So
hot and
this is what I'm saying. So they want to give us sis. What we going to do with sis? Because we not going to let them just make us look goofy.
Right.
We're going to embrace it. That's the whole message. It got to be how we embrace it because we always have. They give us chitlins. We ate
made
them.
a meal.
We now chitlins so
It's like a
expensive. You wish
delicacy.
you had
Yeah.
hogs so you could say.
Like what Tupac did to nigga, turned into never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I mean, you gotta take it in.
And mine was Nubian intelligence. What was it? Because I get downloads. Nubian intelligence graces. I can't see it. Somebody else's existence. It's Nubian intelligence graces generations eternal something. But I had came up with something because I get downloads. We have to learn how to take the stuff they give us and turn it into fertilizer
Right.
to continue to help us to grow. Because what they do is they try to pile it on top of us, and it would take us another 1,000,000 years to come up out of it. So I don't. Sis, what do sis mean? I just feel like it's some
C-
that just to me
CIS.
cold. What
That's all
Yeah. So
that's
by next
criminal
week-
everything I equated
About
it.
criminal
investigations
system
they
or
have.
something, right?
So they trying to figure out how come we can do what we do. We're cool.
You gotta talk to God.
They
Oh,
ain't
they
got,
don't want to do that.
well, they do that. They do that.
Yeah.
That was to trick you too to think that because I like men, I can't.
I
talk
don't
to God.
love God. Yeah,
Nah,
that's-
It's a
they
lot
do.
of 'em.
Everybody
yeah, that
talks
is.
to God.
Yeah, that is.
God
Everybody
ain't
has
petty
their
like
God
that.
that they.
God ain't-
I don't think that
You get
they
yourself
should
away from
lose
God.
their right
because that
to the
does-
Most High because of who they date.
That's
I don't
different.
like how
Slave
they demand. Yeah, it's like it could.
It's no
I
different
ain't,
than this.
God. So I'm not saying what it, but I still believe that they believe in God. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm
that
talking
the
shit. Of
same
course,
God
I
is
mean,
their
No,
God
I'm-
and our God.
every-
and that's just not
That's-
fair. How you
Yeah.
gonna take God away
But
from them
that's
because of who they
man's
want to
ego.
see?
I
didn't say that.
I'm not saying,
No.
but I'm saying
That's
like
man's
it's
ego.
people,
The
'Cause
church.
you feel that you got that
They-
much power that you can tell somebody
that they can't believe in God.
you can't believe in God because it was all. See, all the lies are being uncovered through the age of Aquarius, and the truth has got to come out. So if the truth is you had these eunuch spirits that did end up messing with the soldiers or whoever, they gonna come back and they gonna be messing with the soldiers whoever, and they gonna make some babies. So some babies being made by these men that are in closets or whatever they doing. But that to me, that don't take away from the fact that this child had to be here. Because if you hear, you hear. If you hear, you hear. I don't care what you do to not be here. If you supposed to be here, you gonna be here.
Yeah, you're right. You supposed to be here. You gonna be here.
Yeah.
And see how we transition that conversation.
Yeah, because I see how Jess Hilarious will get upset because that's her Mercury card. She thinking, how could you think like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You
it's
trying to
almost like
change
a
us.
slap in the face to us that y'all would think so low of us that we can't own womanhood. Some stuff that comes.
But you can even without you do. So
Right,
you ain't
but
gotta
it-
debate it.
Right.
You do own women
The
here.
fact that we're debating or talking
the
about this shit
thing.
is giving them energy and giving
That's
them
why I
fuel
was
and shit. You know what I'm
like-
saying? Like,
But
do a
then,
bomb or something, because I need something. Now we got back to it full circle.
the other one who you thought that, what's her name? The one you said before?
Blessing.
No.
T.S. Madison?
Yeah.
'Cause
She
she a
had
king
came
of
out
hearts.
with talking to Jess like, let it go.
Yeah.
You know, that girl got mental illness. She crazy. I've been told y'all she was crazy
But the
years
thing
ago.
about because
but
she's
nobody
so
wanted
young,
to. Yeah, so
she's young and she's having
and she
immature
transgender.
she's
T.S.
having
crazy,
Madison.
and listen, and crazy shit about it, right? The fact that Jess Hilarious, the person with the bigger platform, was the one that spoke about it. Now that was blew it up and made it a thing. We wouldn't even known about no fucking cis woman if it wasn't for Jess Hilarious.
they've been talking about it. It's been
Well, I guess we
said.
wouldn't have known about it right now, maybe, but like,
It's you.
Like the
You a
conversation-
homophobe, so you don't know
No,
they language.
the conversation we wouldn't have known about was Bless
Yeah, I'm
Bro.
scared.
You ain't trying.
I'm scared of them, yeah.
But you ain't trying to.
No, the
understand their
conversation
language.
that we
This is
wouldn't
what
have
I'm
known
saying.
about.
I ain't know. No, I just never heard it before.
Yeah,
then.
women, we've
And-
been
and my
hearing
point-
about cis women and all that,
No,
but what we
yeah.
wouldn't have known about
She
was
said I'm a homophobe.
Blessing's rent.
I'm
If
a-
Jess
Yeah.
wouldn't have, that
Yeah.
wouldn't have been so big.
Because I didn't hear
Well,
about
my
it
point,
until
the
Jess
point,
spoke
the only,
on it.
Yeah.
the only point that I was making was just reiterating on what I just said, right? Just how if us speaking on it gives it energy and gives it legs. She, the person, what I was going to the point I was
Yeah,
going to make with the bigger
it's
platform,
bringing it
is
to
what,
light.
Is what you know.
She brought
that's
it
all
to
I was,
light. She did.
You know what I mean?
She did.
And got everybody talking because people coming out like that is not what we represent as the transgender community.
I mean,
You know, it was people coming out like, yeah, right, I don't think like that. And they like, I'm transgender. But it's a lot of other people like they said, you don't get, they running with it. Like,
But some people
y'all
ain't
ain't
even, they don't even got a dog in a fight, but they want to be in a fight.
Yeah.
Some people talking about it that just like to fight.
Yeah. They just want
They just
controversy.
ooh.
like
Yeah.
I say, some people ain't happy unless they're mad about something.
Yes. And energy of war. They like that in America. It's just what
Some
it
people
is.
thrive off that. That's the energy. That's the, the energy they need.
Interesting topic. Cis women. I must be a cis woman, and I come from cotton picking people too.
All that time, we were trying to figure out a caption. We could have just made the shit cis
women. Yeah.
Cis women or not.
Well, hey, it don't matter to me. You call me what you want to. It matters what I answer to.
Period.
People dropping bombs all night.
Drop bombs on them.
Kill call alarms.
Crazy.
All right, y'all. Well, we are about to wrap it up.
Anybody say anything on there?
So far, Mina said, Mina Bina. Hey, Mina.
Hey, Mina.
Yes, what happened to your sexual orientation being something private?
Right.
Then she said she totally agree. It's a competition with women.
Right.
D. Mac came back and said, the real truth is they are jealous and project their insufficiencies onto others as if others see them as less than.
Okay, can I say something on that one?
Yeah.
What I felt when she said that was because when you get more mature, prior to transgender women, they went through times when it was kind of kept a secret. It was rough. And it's more transgender placements in this world than we know because I grew up looking at the Claro box, the color box.
Clary, yeah, I know.
And it had a black woman on it. She had a little. That was a man named Tracy. So it's been out here. This ain't nothing new. I grew up looking at this. I'm 57. I grew up looking at this box my whole life, but maybe 3 years ago, I found out that was a man, and she moved overseas because she couldn't model over here because somebody on set say, that used to be a man.
Ray, what's up, Ray? It used to be a
How many little boys used to be like, I wish my mama died with her hair that color. She pretty. They had us confused from the start. I'm just saying.
From the beginning, it's been confusion.
Yes, it is. The man is confusing.
Yeah.
Because we all have so many opinions, and we stand on our opinions, so it gets confusing. But these cards make me know a little bit more about the science behind it. I see why Jess said something. She verbalized.
Because you're not going to play in my face.
She verbalized what's important to women.
Yeah.
Our pocketbook.
Yeah.
Our pocketbook is important.
Yes. You know how much power.
Yeah.
Not only that.
That's why she said
that is, yes. That belongs to us.
Yep. And the reason why T.S. Madison said something, because she's the king of hearts. And it's to me, because I know T.S. Madison was a man. I know where she got her start from pornography.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, she was the BBD.
Oh.
The big
But
BD.
Okay, then we are going to
No, BBD. It was BDB. Big. That's who she was.
Dango
And it's documented. And that's why I say some things, it's documented forever. Even if that's not, that's what she was. That's who she was.
We're going to see y'all next Sunday. Same time, 7 p.m.
time.
Same place, 7 Mile Radio. This Soul Ties Talk. See you guys later.
thank you for
Everybody.
having me again.
All right.
Me too.
Miss
Thanks,
Cassie.
y'all.
Thank you.
All right.
Warning.